Swerve up on that scene, hop out engine looking clean.
Alright, what's up guys, Poison here, and I'm back. I'm going to be doing a video today on Ring of Elysium. I know this game, I've sort of talked about it before in other videos, but today I'm here to actually talk about it, especially because I think Season 2, yeah, it is Season 2, I just saw it right there in the right hand corner over here. Yeah, Season 2 is now finally on the game, you know, and there's a lot of different things to talk about. This is going to be the only part of the video that I talk about, I do live comm. I'm just going to record some gameplay. I'm going to record the audio later and just sync them together. So yeah, it's Ring of Elysium. You get to choose, you know, this is the character I have. I know it's going to be, I'm going to be made fun of. I'm going to be called a weeb. I don't really give a fuck. It's the character I like. Ring of Elysium is a free-to-play battle royale third-person slash first-person shooter, depending on which mode you play in. If you go into third-person, you could right-click and you could actually switch to first-person view, or you could stay in third-person. Doesn't really matter. It's up to you. Pretty much click it once, you go into first person, hold down right trigger or right mouse button, and then you're permanently in third person over the shoulder zoom in sight. Like I said, I'll talk about it more in the gameplay, but I'm just giving you a basic overlay at the beginning, and like I said, I'll have gameplay and I'll talk about it in the back, or I'll have audio in the background. So yeah, this is how you start out. We're gonna go through all these. We're gonna talk about everything on here. So start out here on play. You have custom game mode. I don't know what it is. I don't mess around custom. You have normal. You could do solo, duo, or squad, third person, or first person. Like I'm saying, this game is free to play. It's on Steam. It's only available on PC. You cannot use a controller as far as I'm aware. It's just mouse and keyboard. So if you have like a Mac or you have like a console, I'm sorry, this game is exclusive to PC only. Let's talk about this over here actually. We have our level, which is level 8. Once you reach level 9, you get 2 XP. Once you get to level 10, you get 10 of these I don't know what these points would be called, but you get 10 of them. You also have weekly challenges. So this is like Fortnite, in which you have a battle pass. You pay $10. You get let's go over here. You have our currency packs. You have to pay $10. You get 1,000 E points, and you use the E points to buy the adventure pass, which unlocks the bottom row. You could get all the way up to level 100 somehow, and then buy the battle pass or the adventure pass, and everything will be unlocked from the bottom tier. So let's say if you play on a free-to-play account, once you get to like level 40, let's say you finally decide, hey, I'm going to buy the adventure pass. Everything from this point on that's already been unlocked, you will instantly get. So you don't need to jump straight into the adventure pass, but it'd be best because with the adventure pass, you get certain, you get more challenges to unlock more points, as where if you play on a normal account that's free, you only get these 3 challenges, and then you have to level up more to get more points to level up the adventure pass. If you buy the adventure pass, you get 4 more challenges. So you get 7 challenges every week. See, you know, challenges unlocks in 61 days, unlocks in 54, 47, 40, you know, all this. And then they all give you, these bottom 2 give you XP. These top ones give you rank in the adventure pass. Appearance is where you can customize character. These 3 I'm showing you right now are the new characters for Season 2. So we have Sylvia. I don't know anything about her. I don't play as her. We have Bradley. I don't know anything about him. I don't play as him either. And then you have Alfonso. I don't even have him unlocked yet. So last season, if you played, you would get Lynn, which I just mainly rock. I just rock her in her blue. There's Gavin, which I don't really play as. And then there's Hikage. I don't really play as him either. You could also play as a default character. And as a default character, you could customize your character with all these things that you unlock. I prefer just to play as Lynn. And then you get different colors. You get her black. Might rock the green because this season we're more tropical. So green might blend in more than the blue. I know this one was kind of good for winter during the first season. This one might be better for second season. In the store, I guess you could buy character styles if you see, I already own it. But let's say I wanted to buy this and I don't have him yet. For 1,500 E points, I could purchase his outfit. And for 15, I could purchase his outfit. Not really worth it. It's kind of stupid, but I guess some people will probably like it. I don't know what Vault is. I imagine it's like Steam inventory. I don't have anything yet. Statistics show you everything from you know, this season. I wish it would show me last season, but it's not. Battle Buddy, if you if someone wants to copy this code and then they you know, wants to use this code, definitely hook me up, help me out. You know, if I get one person to sign up, I get this. Second thing, I'm not sponsored by the creators of Ring of Elysium. I know like the whole Misfits crew, like Fitz and Swagger Souls, were paid to play the game. I'm not. I'm literally just here talking about a game I really enjoy that I feel people should check out. And then currency pack, we already took a look at this. I don't know what this is. It's nothing. You also get daily challenges. So like today's daily challenge is deal damage to enemies with SMG. So If I pick up an SMG, deal 100 damage, I win 5 of these points and 500 XP. 500 XP will boost me up to here, and then once it gets to level 9, I get 2. Oh wait, in appearance, I forgot. You also get traversal equipment where you could change everything. And here's the thing, there's different traversal equipment depending on where you're playing. Dione was the first season where it was snowy, so this is the hang glider you get from the first season. You also got a snowboard, and then you also got an ice axe and pulley. This season they switched it up. You have a different type of glider. That green one's kind of cool. I might go with the red though. The red looks nice until I unlock something better, which that black one looks nice. So I'll stick with the red. You also get a BMX bike, which I gotta say is the most fun. Honestly, the snowboard and the BMX bike were the best, or the snowboard was the best part of Dione. Here on Europa, the BMX has to be one of the best one. And then you get a grappling hook as well. And this grappling hook is pretty much just like Just Cause. If you've ever played Just Cause, it's a lot of fun. It works. I just still prefer the BMX just so I could traverse the map a lot easier. You can change your loading screen. You can change lobby music. I don't mess with any of that. I know I had to use the glider because use the glider Europa to travel 6,000 meters. I could pull that off easily. I'm not going to do it in this video. I'm going to stick with the BMX bike just to show you gameplay. And the challenges are very simple. Kill 500 enemies with a Lavoa C. The Lavoa C is AR-15 style rifle. It's like an M4. One of the best rifles in the game, in my opinion, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people agree, but the Lavoa C, honestly, best rifle. Use a glider, Europa to travel 6,000 meters, that's easy. Survive until a helicopter arrives in 3 games in any mode. So pretty much just survive till the last, until the helicopter arrives. So like, once the map is as small as it could get, that's how long you gotta survive. And you don't have to win, you just have to survive until a helicopter arrives in 3 games. Deal 100 damage to enemies with the PKM. The PKM is actually kind of a challenge to get because it's a random drop. For those who don't know what a PKM is, this is what it is. You guys probably recognize it from like games and stuff. I don't know, not shopping. For someone thinks I'm trying to buy a fucking gun online. PKM, Russian machine gun. It was in Battlefield 3. I know that 100%. So yeah, you gotta find it and you gotta kill 3 enemies or deal 100 damage with it. Use the BMX bike to travel 9,000 meters. Super easy, honestly. You could traverse the whole map on the BMX bike. It's amazing. Use the grappling hook to travel 1,000 meters. Kind of easy. Like I'm saying, it's like Just Cause, where you could shoot the ground with the grappling hook and you could grapple to that location. So you could traverse the map so much easier. And then lastly, equip superior vest and superior helmet at the same time. This is just honestly random luck. You could actually end up doing this. Let's say if you find a vest and you don't have the helmet, if you kill someone and they have the helmet, you could just take the helmet from them and you could get the points, or vice versa, or you could just randomly find it. I've been lucky before and I found both of them, not at the same time, but I found both in the same game just from random houses. Next challenge is unlocking certain days, so you gotta wait till those come by. It's like, honestly, the best way to compare this game is it's like PUBG, except it's better optimized. As you see, I'm getting 151 frames right now on this screen. So it's better optimized, and in game I'm pulling like 120 frames. You'll see that when I get to gameplay. But this game is like PUBG with the way the game plays, but it's kind of like Black Ops 4 blackout mode because of like all the goofy shit you have. But it's not like bad goofy, like you got gliders and all that. And the only comparable thing I could think about Fortnite wise is like just the top 3 battle royale games. You got a battle pass. That's pretty much it. I don't know what PUBG's battle pass is like, but you got a battle pass in this game. Relatively simple. It's super easy to play. Super fun game. Like I'm saying, I highly recommend this game. I wish I was getting paid, but I'm not. Like, genuinely, this is just a game I enjoy that I think a lot of people should check out, especially if you have a PC capable of running it. Currently in my laptop, I am running a Core i7 8750K, I think, with a GTX 1070, the highest gigabyte model. This is just a work piece of a laptop, and even on my GTX 1060 enabled PC with like an i5 equivalent, it's like a Ryzen something, I'm pulling like 40 frames steady. It's not a full 60, and I have the lowest settings on here. I think I'm running the lowest settings as well, just to everything set to normal. If I set it to low, oh my god, dude, can you imagine how good I would be? But yeah, guys, either way, we're gonna start the game. I will see you guys in a minute. All right, what's up, guys? Poison here, and I'm back with another video. I don't know when this video is gonna go up. I'm literally gonna finish this, render it, and then upload it ASAP and just set it public. So this might go up at like 2 o'clock. It might go up later. I'm not sure. I still have to also record for whatchamacallit. I have to record for Sunset Overdrive, so I haven't done that video yet, but I'm gonna be working on that as soon as this is done rendering. Today, I am here to talk about Ring of Elysium. Now, this is I could already tell you. I already did an intro video, so this video is going to be really, this intro part of the video is going to be really repetitive if you saw the first original part where I show off the loading screen and everything. But we're just going to go quick detail. We're going to talk about the game. Ring of Elysium is a free-to-play first-person shooter / third-person shooter battle royale game. Now, before people were like, geez, you can't even talk. You're right. I can't talk well. Like, I don't have this written down. This is all off the top of my head. If you guys know me, you guys know I never write a script. I just go off the top of my head. So, yeah. Ring of Elysium. Free-to-play battle royale game that lets you choose between third-person shooter and first-person shooter. It is very reminiscent of PUBG in the sense of how you play the game. So, yeah. This, honestly, I would call this a more optimized PUBG, even though it's, like, more, not goofier, but it has more, like, more niche things, I guess. As you can see, I'm playing as an anime character, like, can't really do that in PUBG, but then again, you can play as a fucking clown in PUBG, so it's like, I don't know, I haven't played PUBG at all recently. The game doesn't run well on my PC at all. Haven't tried to play it on my laptop, but I still imagine it probably wouldn't run that well. Like I'm saying, this game is way more optimized. As you see, the game also has, like, different features, and I was just riding a bike a minute ago. There's a lot of pros to this game. I can't think of many cons. I mean, there are some cons to it, I guess, but I can't think of many. First con I guess I can see is that the game only has about 50 players in it, more or less. I've never gotten into a game where it's like 100 players like every other battle royale. As we're like Fortnite and PUBG, it's like, yeah, you have 100 people. In here, I roughly see about 50, so I'm not sure if it's a true 100 player one. I just saying off my own memory, I know I haven't came across 100 players. Another thing is the maps are huge, which isn't a bad thing, but it's bad when you think of how there's not that many players. And you see here, I do this technique where if I'm jumping off a building, I'll get onto the bike. I'll talk about that more later, but yeah, the game doesn't have that many players. I never come across like a full lobby, or maybe I am in a full lobby. I'm not sure, but I never come across like 100 players. And, like, we're gonna get cons out of the way. I'm also thinking, see, not 100 players, which kind of sucks because you have huge maps and you don't have that many players. It's kind of like, oh, well, you don't have full thing. Another con I could think of is that this game unfortunately goes the route of PUBG Mobile. And if you don't know what I mean by that, it's pretty much that there are times where actually when you start the game off, you start off at level 0, obviously, or like level 1, whatever you start out with. When you start the game, unfortunately, you might run across some bot players. So if you guys remember PUBG, when it came out on mobile, there was a lot of speculation about like, oh, this game's too easy, I keep winning. Well, that's because you were playing off against bots. Then once you reach a certain level, I think it was like level 10, that's when you don't play bots anymore. And I'm not saying this game has bots. I remember reading an article, it might have bots, it might not, I'm not 100% sure. But I will say, in the beginning, I did win a few rounds when I first started playing. The game was a little too easy. So I'm not saying everyone is a bot. I'm not saying that at all. There might be bots. I don't know. I never looked into the matter. But there's been a lot of times where I fight enemies and it's like, oh, there's no way this is a human. This guy's too stupid. If this is a human, that's sad. And as you see here, also, I'm getting into a firefight. This might come a little before or after. If I did do the firefight, if I didn't, you guys will see. There is a part where I get into a firefight with a guy in a car. The cool thing about this game is you could have 2 scopes on a weapon. So you could have a red dot and an ACOG scope. So if you press V, it'll switch between the 2 scopes. You could also press X to holster your gun. I'm just looking at the keyboard. X to holster your gun, Z to go crawling, C to go prone, V to switch between the 2 scopes. So as you see here on my M12, I think it is, or whatever it is, the sniper I have, which looks like an AR-15. It's actually a sniper. I have an ACOG scope and a red dot sight. On my Vector, I have a red dot with another ACOG, and on my MP5, I just have a red dot alone. You can switch between scopes. You can switch between scopes, which is good when you get a certain gun. Like, let's take the Lavoa C, which is an AR-15, but it's one of the best weapons in the game. You could have an ACOG scope on it, and then you could have like a holographic or a red dot. This is a strategy I like to do a lot because there's times where it's like, oh, if I see an enemy from far away, I'll switch the Lavoa to the ACOG and switch it to single shot by pressing B. And bam, I have a DMR. And then if I'm going to clear a building, I switch back to the holographic, switch it to full auto, and you have a good weapon to clear rooms with. Gameplay-wise, the weapons feel good. The weapons are really nice. There is a thing where if you hold there's two modes to aim. If you hold down the right mouse button, like hold it down fully, your character will do an over the shoulder view like a normal third person shooter game like Uncharted, Tomb Raider, Gears of War. But if you just right click once, your character will actually go into first person view and will and you'll have a first person view of your gun and your target and everything. And it's just nice to switch back and forth. And then if you press the center mouse button, like your scroll wheel, it'll actually switch between which shoulder you're viewing on. So usually you view it over your right shoulder. You click the middle mouse button, it'll switch it to your left shoulder. And this is really good when you're going around a corner. Obviously, you know, if the character is on the other side of the wall, like, how would I say this? If you're facing a wall and you can't see an enemy, you could basically hold down right mouse button, and then you could switch to the other shoulder, and you could view around a wall. Like, this is a strategy a lot of people do in Fortnite. A lot of people probably call it cheating, but it's a strategy everyone does, you know, just fully admit it. It's not really cheating. Or you could look around walls if you just learn how to manipulate the camera. Let's see. I really should have wrote down a script. I didn't. I never do. But this game is currently in Season 2, which switches where you play. Season 1 was on Dion, I think it was called, or Dion. I don't know how to pronounce it. Pretty sure it was Dion, where it was a mountain that had snow on it, and you had to avoid the blizzard, which was the wall, pretty much, you know, that cuts off the map. It'd be a blizzard. You would freeze to death in it. And in that one, you ended up getting a glider, ice axe, and a pulley, and you also got a snowboard. Snowboard was by far the best traversal equipment because you could use the snowboard anywhere. Even if you're going uphill, you could still use the snowboard. Same as on Europa Island, which is Season 2 takes place in, which is an island that's more green and everything. That's why I have a green character, just to kind of like blend in a little more. You have a glider, once again. You have a BMX bike, which I'm going to say is the best equipment ever, because you can see I'm going like 50 kilometers an hour. You could do tricks as well. That's not really like the best part, but it's just how fast you could traverse the map. And then you also get a grappling hook, which is very reminiscent to Just Cause. Like, I swear to God, I'm not accusing the creators of Ring of Elysium of this, but I swear to God, it feels like they just took the whatchamacallit. It feels like they took the grappling hook from Just Cause and implemented it into the game, because your character kind of moves the same. With the grappling hook, you could shoot the ground and get pulled to that location. Another thing you could do is you could actually shoot yourself into a tree with the grappling hook, and you could hang on the tree where you're at. One strategy I want to do, but I haven't pulled it off yet, is grappling to the top of a tree, blending in with the tree, and then waiting for an enemy to come by, just like fucking Spider-Man, just shoot him. Although Spider-Man doesn't shoot people, obviously, but, you know, I just want to hang out in a tree like Spider-Man and just wait for someone to come by. I should also mention, I didn't mention this in the game, or I didn't mention this earlier. That one kill I got is the only kill I get during this gameplay. I have 2 gameplays. If I don't use the second half, I'll just show off the kill. But, yeah, this game, I'm saying, there's not too many players on it, which is kind of a negative. There should be way more players. I only get 1 kill, and then I die once. That's it. I move on to the next map. I only get 1 kill in the second video as well. It just kind of sucks, you know. There's times where I get a lot of kills, but this gameplay was not the best gameplay to show off kills and all that. But, another thing, you could actually hang upside down from a ceiling if you used a grappling hook. You would just aim it straight up above you, and your character pretty much just Batman's. They hang from the top, and you could just, you know, look all the way around. One thing I will mention, though, when you are using the grappling hook and you are stuck to something, you cannot actually go into first-person view. You could only, you only look over in the third-person view, so maybe you can see in first-person. Every time I've tried, it doesn't work. It just goes to a third-person, zoomed-in sight, so unfortunately, there's no, like, first-person iron sights. A lot of things have been added to the game with Season 2, like the new traversal equipment, the new map. You get a new weapon, the PKM. I imagine there's more weapons I haven't acquired yet, but the only weapon I've seen so far is the PKM, which is a light machine gun. I already showed it off earlier. Cool thing also about Europa Island is the weather changes, and there's no rhyme or reason as to when it changes. There's been games where I play and the whole time it's storming, like it is right now. There's been games I play where it storms for the beginning half, then it turns sunny. Somewhere it's sunny, the storm. It's just, there is no, there probably is a set pattern. I just haven't recognized it. Games are just different all the time. See here, I'm just messing around. Like, one strategy I like to do in the game is I like to be on either the BMX bike or snowboard, depending on what map I'm playing. And I like to just travel around and I'll wait until I hear an enemy shoot at me. I'll figure out where they're shooting at me from, and then I'll go and try to kill them. As you see here, I switched over to shoulder, or you'll see in a second. I know there's like a gap in video. I poorly timed this. But yeah, I switch over shoulders, and then I hear gunshots coming from somewhere. I'm like, oh, fuck it. I don't like being caught in the storm. And on Europa Island, I think it's ash that's coming. So it's like, I think we're on a volcano island. Ash comes and it'll kill us. I'm not sure. I know during Dion, it was blue. Like, all the, you know, the blizzard was blue. You would see the blue wall. On here, it's orange. So, what I'm saying, it's just different changes. There is the adventure pass. This all depends on if you could afford it. I mean, it's only $10. It's not a lot, but I do recommend getting the adventure pass. That's my personal opinion. I'm not saying everyone has to have it, but if you like this game and you play it and you're like, dude, this is actually really good, I enjoy it, I highly recommend it. Just spend the $10, buy the pass. It'll be worth it, especially if you do plan on playing this game a lot. Like I'm saying, this is honestly a great game. I'm not sponsored by the creators of it. I believe it's Tencent who created the game. I'm not sponsored by them. I'm not sponsored by anyone. I make no money. I'm literally just talking about a game that I really do enjoy. And we'll go a little bit more in depth on equipment. So you see here, or you'll see in a second. I fucking need to do that better. Yeah, the guy comes around the corner. I try to shoot him. He must have been a first person because he fucking got me pretty good. Yeah, this honestly, game is definitely worth it. Equipment wise, on my home PC, I have a Radeon R5, I think. I'm not really sure what my CPU is. It's not really a great CPU. It's good for gaming, but like video production, that type of stuff, it's horrible. I'm running a GTX 1060 with 16 gigabytes of RAM with a 6 gigabyte 1060. I have an Asus Turbo 1060. It runs well. I'm only getting about 40 frames. It dips between like 35 to 40 frames, so it's kind of steady. As where on my laptop, the Alienware 15R4, I'm rocking a GTX 1070. I believe it's an 8 gigabyte model. It's the biggest one you could buy. Core i7 8th gen 8750K, I believe. It's an 8750. I'm not sure if it's a K or non-K. Once again, 16 gigabytes of RAM. And it runs flawlessly on this laptop. There are like little stutters occasionally, but nothing major to where the game doesn't work. Oh, excuse me. And then one part I said I was going to mention, I forgot to mention it. One strategy I like to do, doesn't matter if you're playing on Dion or if you're playing on Europa Island, you have the middle traversal equipment, which is either the snowboard or the bicycle. One thing I like to do is if you're on a tall building and you're planning on jumping off the building, but you know you're going to get hurt. One thing I like to do is I'll switch over to the traversal equipment and I'll jump off the roof of a building on a bike or on the snowboard and you take 0 damage. There is fall damage in the game, so if you were to jump off normally, you would take damage, but for some reason in the game, if you fall off or you jump off a building with traversal equipment, you don't take any damage. I'm not sure if the creators are ever going to patch that out or if they plan on leaving it, but I'm saying just at the moment, I do, you know, I kind of exploit the system in that way to where it's like, yeah, you know I have to jump off here. I can't stay here forever. Let me just switch out to my bike, take 0 damage, jump off. You know, some people might find that as a cheat. It's kind of meh, whatever, you know. Don't use it if you don't want to, but just be aware that's there for you. I'm saying I'm not sure if that's intentional or if the creators kind of just goofed and didn't pay attention to what they did. Squads, this game works perfectly in squads. This game works perfectly in solo. This game runs perfectly in duos and solo. I've never played squad. I don't like to team up with random people. That's not my type of thing, unless I'm playing like Call of Duty or something, but like games like this, I don't like to team up with randoms. It's just my personal opinion. Other strategies I do is I like to have all my guns rock the same ammo. So as you see here, I have a FAMAS, an M4, and an M12 or M112, whatever. It's a sniper rifle that uses the 5.56 ammo. You know, it's just my strategy. If everything could use the same ammo, perfect. That's what I'm going to rock. So I don't have to worry about like, oh, too much space. Another thing is you have to worry about how much space you have, like every other battle royale. You know, Fortnite does it, Call of Duty does it, PUBG does it. You have limited inventory space. Unlike PUBG though, you cannot get a bigger backpack. Your backpack size is the same. You can't increase it. So that's kind of unfortunate, but kind of, I don't know. Some people might like that, some people might not. I don't know. let's see, what was I gonna say? Yeah, because of limited space, I don't like to rock grenades. I don't use smoke grenades. I don't use regular grenades. In the beginning of the game, when I first started playing, I'm like, oh yeah, grenade, you know, I'm gonna use this. But then after playing for a bit, I just like, dude, I don't use this enough to even warrant me using a grenade. Like, I've used grenades a few times where I'm like, oh, I think an enemy's in there. Throw a grenade. No one's in there. So I'm like, okay, it's just a waste of, it's honestly just a waste of a slot that could be used up for something better. And I think this is the gameplay where, yeah. So in this gameplay, it ends up going from raining to sunny. So it's kind of cool. It's like raining right here, but in a bit it'll go sunny. Let's see. You could purchase... This game isn't pay to win at all, which is one cool thing. It's just pay for cosmetics and, you know, adventure pass. So it gives you a reason to, like, grind out more, which... You know, the game, even if it didn't have a reason to grind out, would still be good. But I enjoy games that have something like challenges and passes, you know, daily challenges, just to give me a reason to hop back in and play. Not to say that the game's bad enough to where I don't want to hop in. But I'm saying if I have an objective to do in a game, it gives me more incentive to want to pop in and play it. What else is there to say about the game? There is... I'm not sure how long the game's going to be supported for, unfortunately. You know, this is a free-to-play game. I'm not sure where it stands money-wise. I know, like, Fortnite makes a lot of money, so I doubt it's going to go away. On here, I'm not sure how big it is, like, how long it'll stay active, but hopefully this game still keeps getting supported by the creators. See here, I'm going to switch out to the sniper. There's always these airdrops, which Fortnite, every Battle Royale game does for airdrops. My bad. I don't play many Battle Royale games, if you guys can't tell. This is the only one I play. I don't like PUBG because, once again, it's not optimized enough to play well. I fucking hate Fortnite. I've already talked about that multiple times. Black Ops 4 just has shitty servers, so I haven't really played Blackout. Plus, it kind of, like, pissed me off last time I played it, but... Yeah, if this... What I'm saying... This is what I feel is the best Battle Royale game that I've played recently. I know Arma had a Battle Royale mode. I never played Arma. Fortnite, I just can't stand the building... PUBG, I can't stand how unoptimized the game is. Let's see. Black Ops 4, like I'm saying, it just has shitty servers. I can't play it. Never played H1Z1. This just, to me, is the best of all Battle Royale games. Because it's PUBG with the gameplay, but optimized. It's Black Ops 4 with the goofy shit like bikes and all that. It's Fortnite with the Battle Pass, but it just has a nice look to it. It has a nice feel to it. It's just an all-around good game. Like, I will honestly back this as saying the best Battle Royale game I've ever played. I will 100% come out and say that, and I will continue to support this game, unless, you know, the creators do something super shady. I know, like, a bunch of people got mad at the game. They're like, oh, this game asks for too much permission. It asks you for all this stuff that a game shouldn't be asking you for. But from what I've also read, the game creators are really good with, like, banning cheaters and all that, making sure people don't cheat. So, kind of comes down to, do you want to risk the privacy? I really didn't care because I don't have anything, like, too private on my computer that they're asking for. It's just, like, honestly, no one has had any problems so far with the game. I haven't had any problems with the game. I do enjoy the game. So, yeah, I'm like, you know what? This is good. If the game was shitty, then no, I wouldn't have been allowing them all this access. I'm pretty much coming to the end of the video here. I don't have much else to talk about. Like I'm saying, if you see the gameplay here and you think, okay, this is something I like. Oh, see, there was a player who just, that was a player right there who just, glided in as you saw their shadow in the wind. That's like, that shows a player used their glider. If you've seen the gameplay and you're like, oh, there's a player right there too, I just saw. If you see the gameplay in the background and you're like, wow, I really want to try this game out. If you have a PC, you know, not a Mac, not a console, but an actual PC that can run games, give it a try. It's free to play. It's not going to cost you anything. You don't have to buy the Adventure Pass. You don't have to buy any currency. You don't have to buy any characters. You could try it and then decide, is this game for me or not? What else did I say? Jeez. If you also would like, Fitz from the Misfits and Swagger Souls from the Misfits have also played the game, and they both did videos on it back when it was in Season 1, where it was snowy. So if you want to go see how the old gameplay was, not the old gameplay, if you want to see how the old map was, then definitely go look it up. I'm not sure if they're going to be changing the map every season, because it's still technically winter right now, but they might change it every so often. definitely worth the try. You know, I would like to see what they do for summer if they do decide to change the map, because this is kind of summery as is. I mean, they could probably put it on like a desert island or something. I'm not sure, but yeah, Ring of Elysium. It's pretty much all I got for you guys. I will see you guys later. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you do play the game, let me know. And if you do play a game, leave your Steam account below. I will, or leave me your if you play the game, leave me your in-game name so I can add you, because I would love to play this game a lot more. And then there's also challenges that come by where it's like, oh, play in squads and then help your team up or whatever. You know, I could help you with challenges, you could help me with challenges. So if you do play the game, leave your in-game name. I will leave mine, I guess, in the description. You know, definitely add me. I will add anyone who wants to play, because this is a fun game. I don't play every day, but I should, especially with the challenges coming by. I'm saying, play the game, let me know. If you haven't played the game, let me know what your opinions are on it. Like, do you think it's a good game? Do you think it could be better? I have a feeling if this game were to come to consoles, I could see it being a big hit just by how the gameplay actually is. And thinking about it, holding a controller in my hand right now, thinking about it, I could definitely see the gameplay working on console. Just the developers need to want to bring it. So guys, until next time, have an awesome day. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.